This is a unique opening. No music or credits, just sound effects, the title, and a cut to Anna. I'm not gonna lie, Anna does look a little unsettling, but it doesn't take long to get used to her design. Okay, this is adorable. Well, this just took a dark turn. The eerie music, the blowing of the wind, all juxtaposed by Anna's adorable actions. Also, if you're complaining about how Anna isn't in this aerial shot, she's just hidden behind this propeller. The amount of detail in just this one shot. The discoloration, scratches, dents, and bends on this propeller engine, along with the light realistically hitting and reflecting off of it, and the dust floating in the air. The fact that there is no music for the Puma's first scene really gives off an unsettling tone. And the music comes in all cheery when it's revealed that the Puma is really a good guy. Also, call this expectation subversion and a cliche dodge. Well, I can't say it's the best for animation, it's definitely not anything horrible either. The claws are only slightly visible in the Puma's paws. You'd have to know nothing about cats and big cats to not see why this is a win. Anna's clothes and feet are dirty throughout the entire short, giving a subtle hint that she's been there a while. Let me just win this shot for the detail put into the plane crash overall. The dents and this hole on the body, the wiring coming out, the outside plating coming off, the scratches on the wings, and the multiple bits and pieces strewn about the site. One of this short's strengths is that it's entirely visual storytelling. No spoken words are said, yet we immediately see what Anna's situation is, what she's been through, what she has to live in, and who she has to live with. It's also cinematic. The light being caught on the edges of the fur, and the fact that the Puma's fur is in tufts. Is it bad that I want to own a Puma now? Is it legal to own a Puma in the US? As long as you train it and build a bond with it, it can't be that bad, right? Apparently we were in the perspective of that rabbit. Interesting. And now I've scarred all of the people under the age of 5 by showing that clip. Now we're given an amazing score and top-notch visuals to make us feel uneased. This is a fantastic way of showing us the time period with nothing but objects, a swastika, Hitler stamps. Aw, look at Anna being all cute exploring the plane. I apologize to all my Jewish viewers out there. Also, I have to hand it to the prop modelers. They actually wrote German on the postcards and not Nazi documents. People who didn't care about the project would have just wrote English. I know I said that the objects strewn about indicated the time period, but that was because on my first viewing I didn't notice the dates here. So that's a subtlety win, right? With the Chinaware and this picture, this must have been a rich family, no? And the lack of bodies must indicate this was a private plane. See, visual storytelling at its finest. background must be the start of some sort of arc for the puma, yeah? As if it's the main character. Hot dang, those are some realistic rain splashes. Is there water dripping on the camera lens? Was the fourth wall just broken? The way the light shines through the windows. The clouds in the background are still grayish. Can I just add a large amount of wins for these cloth physics? It's not just this scene, but this shot and Anna's clothes all have realistic cloth physics. Oh, Hannah doesn't even care that it's a dead body. She just cares about the shiny ring. Typical 4-year-old. Now this is realistic bouncing physics. There's the tail of the plane. Now, I'm not going to add or remove a win for this, but I just think this is funny. Saving your surrogate child. Rack focus that wasn't just there as a "hey, look at this" moment. Nope, we're in the dog's perspective this time. Also, doggo! The doggo's fur catches the light super realistically. Chekhov's doll? This one shot has so much detail in it. The light reflecting off the fur, nose, and doll's hair. The dog's teeth are imperfect. You can see each individual hair that sticks out and not see the skin underneath. The collar being covered, the fibers on the doll's skin, hair, and shirt, and finally the reflectiveness of the doll's eyes. This is totally realistic. The puma doesn't want the dog and his people to take Anna away, and the dog is only protecting Anna since it's been trained to protect other people, and it doesn't know the puma is a surrogate Anna. Okay, pumas don't really sound like this. But I don't think the emotions would have come out as easily with that roar. Also, the puma's Pringles... Pringles? The puma's Pringles. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that. Also, the puma's Pringles shrink and its nose wrinkles when it's getting ready to attack, but once it realizes it can't harm another creature in front of Anna, they go back to normal. And going back to this scene with that in mind adds a whole nother level to how much the puma cares for Anna. It doesn't want to traumatize her, so it hunts for food when she's asleep. This moment, the score swelling up, the way the camera focuses on Anna as if we're the puma watching her leave, and the realization from the puma that it needs to let Anna go because she won't be happy with it forever. Just perfect storytelling. It's weird to go into the short thinking that our main character was going to be a little girl named Anna, but much like Thanos in Infinity War, the puma was actually our main character. Well, technically. One of the behind-the-scenes people, Alexia Rubad, confirmed that the puma was supposed to be the most human character while Anna was at the center of the story. And I actually really like that. Now, let's go over how the puma is supposed to be the most human character. It's the one that takes in and acts as a surrogate to our title character, it's the one with the most at stake with the search party looking for survivors, and it's the one with the biggest and only arc. After seeing a little girl in a plane crash, the puma decided to take her in and protect her from dangers and teach her how to survive in this place. After spending a lot of time together, the puma would care for the child as its own from here on out, for they have formed a bond. Once the puma sees that there are people looking for the crash site, it thinks that they might take her away, so it takes some extra precautions. It's this moment when the puma realizes, no, she has to be with her own kind. I can't raise her on my own forever. And that made me cry. Yes, it is possible for a puma to make a 15-year-old cry. One of my favorite things about college films is the lack of voice acting, considering it's probably criteria to have no voice acting, or the lack of budget to hire a decent actor. While this animation has voice acting, it's very minimal, with just baby noises and people screaming out in German. Or French. I don't know where this plane crashed. I'm going off topic here. The reason why I like the lack of voice acting due to criteria or budget is because the behind the scenes people are forced to tell the story through visuals and facial expressions, and it's a perfect showcase of show don't tell. I should probably say this so I'm not hunted for like an old lady in Salem. I'm not saying college films with voice acting are inferior all the time. One of my favorite animated shorts is a college film with voice acting, so make of that what you will. The environments of this short are gorgeous. They look absolutely realistic without clashing negatively with the designs of the characters. Just look at this shot. You can see where the bumps are on the rock due to the light hitting it and casting a shadow on a small yet noticeable area. One final thing I have to point out is the animation. Not the environments, but the characters. Anna has appropriate bubbly animation since she is a toddler, and the Puma's animation, well, not much to say except it really does look like a big cat walking around. Same goes with the dog. All I have left to say is, go watch this video. You will come out entertained and emotional. Next up, a big studio animation.